Say it once and I'll say it again. Generation 2 is great. Even though it's gotten older, it's still aged great, surprisingly, unlike a certain generation. The Pokemon here are awesome also, and this list was really hard to decide on. But I have the final list here. The rules are the same as Generation 1 video, so if you don't know the rules, go check out that video. It also has Dark Young Link in it, if you know who that is. You know, that's actually kind of a mean thing to say. Anyway, so let's begin with number 10.
Congratulations!
Man, me and this little guy go way back. Totodile and me go way back. You guys can't even believe it. The first time I played Generation 2, I picked Totodile. And I loved Totodile so much I didn't use any other Pokemon. We all have that one playthrough where we just used our starter, and most of the time it was one of our first playthroughs. Also, Totodile is adorable. All the stars in Gen 2 are all kinds of cute, but Totodile is somehow adorable while being a crocodile, a not very cute animal. Or is it an alligator?
A crocodile! I'm a crocodile! We all look alike, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not.
Also, I love the starters so much. When I started shiny hunting, I hunted a Generation 2 starter in Soul Silver, and I got a shiny Totodile. Well, it's a crocodile now, and I haven't touched it in forever, but I love my Aquaman. So yeah, having a shiny Pokemon of something really helps your memories with it, and that's a big part of choosing these lists. Even though I don't shiny hunt anymore because everyone was addicted to me, I still have good memories from that Totodile hunt. Yeah, but on the downside of Totodile, Croconon for Alligator are all kinds of ugly, especially for Alligator. It's pretty ugly. Intimidating, yes. Would you want to snuggle it? No. Anyways, Totodile is cute, and it's a little croc that is a fine choice for a team member who traveling through Johto. But Totodile is not my favorite form of a Generation 2 starter. Here is my boy. Man, I love the Cyndaquil line. You do something that Pokemon is really good at. Starting out cool, then become badass. Cyndaquil starts cute, and Typhlosion is badass. My favorite of the three is Quilava, with a mix of the two. First off, you get this guy pretty early on in your adventure. Out of the starters, Cyndaquil evolves first, meaning that starting off the game, you can get an evolved starter. That's pretty good. This is super useful when playing through the first few gyms and some of the first few harder trainers. However, one problem I have with Quilava is that it kind of takes forever to evolve to its final form. And yeah, that's fine, it evolves early, so it makes sense I'll evolve later, but the problem is that there's this weird design in Johto. Basically, wild Pokemon stay around the same level after the 4th gym. The problem is that the gym leaders aren't, and the trainers aren't even close to the gym leaders. So, if you have a pretty full team, which you might have a pretty full team at this point in the game, you're doing a lot more grinding, and it takes forever for stuff to get more powerful. And the fact that Quilava doesn't evolve forever, it kind of makes your journey a little bit harder, and Quilava tends to lag behind in all of my experiences. But yeah, and that's the reason Quilava is lower on this list. Even though I love its design, in the games it's oddly more of a challenge. But don't get me wrong, I love this fire. What is Quilava anyway? More importantly, what is Typhlosion? Well, we may never know, so let's just move on. God, I'm so conflicted on Kingdra. Kingdra has so much going for it. First off, its type. Water Dragon is an awesome type. It's only weak to Dragon and Fairy, making it very useful in the normal playthrough, especially very useful before Gen 6. Its design is also really cool. It's a seahorse that is a dragon. Goes with the type, of course. However, I'm not going to act like I don't have any problems with Kingdra. First off, how you get the thing. To evolve Seadra into Kingdra, you need a Dragon Scale. Dragon Scales are pretty rare in most Pokemon games, so getting Kingdra in some games can be kind of a pain. Next is, even though I love using Kingdra, I hate fighting this thing when it's not on my team. Especially Claire's Kingdra. Kingdra is Claire's signature Pokemon, and man is it hard to beat. Yeah, there are some easy ways to do it, but I just get so unlucky against the thing, I don't understand. And don't even get me started that she doesn't even give you the badge after you kick her butt. Either way, Kingdra is a cool Pokemon. that gets a solid spot on the list. And fuck Claire. You know, everyone has that one Pokemon when you just look at it, you just fall in love with it, but you don't really know why you like it. Stantler is that Pokemon for me. I don't truly understand my love for Stantler. Yeah, I like deer in real life, but Stantler is kind of ugly with its big nose and its kind of weird tail. Stantler is mediocre at best also when it comes to battling, and I've only really used a Stantler once in my playthrough. So what's the deal with it? Even if I can't quite put my finger on it, Stantler has been a Pokemon I liked basically since the moment I saw it. And you know what? I think I'm fine with not knowing why I like this thing. I know that's not very a long segment because I can't really talk that much about it. I don't have that much experience with it. It's not that great in battle, so I don't use it. I just like the thing. Moving on. It's so cute! So if we're talking evolutions, Espeon is one of the best ones. It's one of the best ones to use while going through a playthrough. We can hit hard and stays good for almost the entire game. Also, like I said, its design is awesome. It takes the idea that simple is better and runs with it. Something about Espeon is just so appealing to look at, and it's a pretty simple design. Also, Espeon has an Infinity Stone in its head. Wait a second. Oh my god. What does it mean? Zubat isn't that popular of a Pokemon. Most people don't like this thing because it seems in every Pokemon game there is a cave area that has too many fucking Zubats. But people's hatred for too many Zubats blinded people that Zubat's evolution, Crobat, is actually a solid Pokemon. And things get even better in Gen 2 when they introduce Crobat. Crobat is hands down one of the best and easiest poison types to use. It's great in every generation since 2, and it's a Pokemon I highly recommend to anyone. It's got a great design, it's a great choice for any team. The only problem is that Zubat is kind of a pain to use at first, because you need to grind it and it doesn't really get that many good moves to start off with. But trust me, Crobat is worth it, and I promise you won't be disappointed. Also, Crobat is totally an X-Wing. I would make more Star Wars jokes like this one, but I don't care about Star Wars. And now I've created a flame war that is hotter than the flames of Dark Young Link's house. References. Sometimes the darkest and deadliest things are things that are innocent at first. Like clowns, or dolls who turn out to be evil, or Danishes. This Pokemon is no exception because Quagsire is evil. First off, its face. Don't get confused by this charming, derpy exterior. This is a cold-hearted killing machine. But only being with the grass, meaning it takes Mother Nature to kill this beast. It's a mix of water and ground. It's a classic Pokemon concoction for death. At a young age, Whoopers are taught in the art of combat and war. Just look at this young Whooper pup as its friends drown in the river. It's happily dozing along while hearing the screams of the innocent. Just thinking of it, it's no surprise that Quagsires are some of the most deadliest and unsympathetic creatures of the Pokemon world. If seen, please, at all costs, leave the area and contact your local police force of one woman to deal with the issue. Don't be fooled by Quagsire. It does not care for life. So I spent a long time trying to come up with an intro to this entry. I fought long and hard, and finally I realized this is fucking Ampharos. Literally anyone who has played Pokemon knows what Ampharos is. So what's even the point of the intro? Everyone knows what this thing is. Anyways, Ampharos is pretty amazing. I think I can say that with ease that Ampharos is one of the easiest Pokemon to start with. Literally, this sheep is so easy to raise and use in any game it can pass off as a starter. Seriously, Mareep is such a good early Pokemon to use. Remember back at Generation 1 when I talked about Fearow? Gardevoir! Yep, that. Anyways, the same playthrough I had an Ampharos named Sean, named after Sean the Sheep. And it kicked serious ass. After Cora died, it took the role of the person that killed Chuck and did it with ease. It led the team through the rest of Johto and through most of Kanto. Sadly, I say most. Sean died to a critical hit Ice Beam from Misty's Lapras. Then 2 more Pokemon died. Then I stopped, even though I won because I didn't feel like grinding. But for those 6 or so gyms, Sean was amazing. Kicked so much ass and almost always named my Mareep after him afterwards. Even without that story, Ampharos would make the top 3 easy. In fact, it was going to be second, but I bumped it down, and now number 3 is number 2. And let's talk about that little guy. Fighting Pokemon by moonlight, winning money by daylight, always running from a real fight. He is the one named Umbreon. He is the one named Umbreon. Things I do for you guys. Jesus Christ, what? Anyways, I've always loved Umbreon. I really have. In fact, I love the Dark type altogether. I don't think there is one Dark type out there that I hate, and Umbreon is one I love. First off, its design. It's even more simpler than Espeon, yet in my honest opinion, it's better. It's literally just 3 main colors plus a little white for some accent on the eyes. Also, the shiny form is even better. The blue looks even cooler than the yellow in my opinion. Battle-wise, this thing is a tank of a pup. Has the best defense of any evolution, but on the downside, you're not getting an attacking force out of this one. But it doesn't really matter to me. Umbreon is my favorite evolution. So if that speaks how much I love Umbreon, I don't know what will. In fact, Umbreon up till last year was probably going to be on the top of the list, but one Pokemon slipped into my life and it's become my favorite Generation 2 Pokemon over time. Not only that, it's become my favorite Pokemon ever. And number 1 is Huscamarly, people. I don't know how Houndoom was not my favorite Pokemon, but like, how did this thing avoid me for so long? Houndoom is based off Cerberus, aka one of the coolest things from Greek mythology. It's also based on this under-the-radar guy called the Devil. Yeah, Houndoom is the devil of Pokemon. Then its design, oh my gosh. I've made it clear I love dogs. So this badass wolf can breathe fire, and it has horns that curve back, and it just looks so cool. Then its back has all these bones on it, and then it has a collar with a skull on it. Then its color scheme of black, gray, and red bring the whole thing together, and BAM! Houndoom. Sad part is, I don't think it's that great in competitive battling, but like I care. I could give a relative's ass on EV training and tier lists. I understand why people play competitive Pokemon, but no thank you. I can do Smash, but the dedication you need for Pokemon, no, sorry, I'll pass. Is it hell? Also, the Mega Evolution is kind of, I don't know, a little extravagant. I like the design, but I think I prefer the more down-to-earth design of Houndoom. There's just way too much happening on Mega Houndoom. But anyways, Houndoom is so cool, there was no doubt this was going to be the number 1. Anyways, if you agree or disagree, tell me down in the comments. And what are your favorite Generation 2 Pokemon? Next on Pokemon Month is to Smash or not to Smash on Zoroark. You know that one guy everyone thought was going to be in Smash, but turned out not to be in Smash, and they went for Greninja anyway. Wish me luck. Also, Shiny Houndoom is amazing.